Hey everyone, this is Chris, your friendly neighborhood Minnesota comic geek, back with another comic book haul video. I recently had to go around to several comic book shops in an effort to try and buy a copy of the new Ultimate Black Panther #1 issue. Unfortunately for the comic buyer, but fortunately for the comic shop owners, that the Ultimate Black Panther 1 issue also had a lot of speculative hype around it. I don't know if it's because the book itself is good or if it just got that speculative bump from the run on the Ultimate Spider-Man #1 issue that came out like several weeks ago at this point. Anyways, at my main local comic shop they were sold out of the Ultimate Black Panther issue #1s by the time I got there in the afternoon. And so I had to go around to several different shops trying to find a copy. Ultimately, I went to 4 shops, and on the 4th shop, I was able to finally get a copy. Along the way, as you do, you go into a shop, you look around. I don't like, or I should say, when I go into a comic shop, it feels kind of weird to me to walk in and walk out with nothing in tow. So you look around, you see if there's anything worth buying. This particular shop had some back issues that I decided to buy. A couple were at full price, and most of this stack here I got for $1 each. They were in their dollar bins. So, the first 2 issues here, Silver Surfer Ghostlight #1 and 2, these were, full price buys on the back issues, but it was I believe a short little mini series introducing this new character, Ghostlight. Being a fan of Silver Surfer, I didn't buy this book originally when it came out. I don't know if I didn't see it or if my shop that was sold out at the time when I got there and I just never knew about it, but decided to give this a shot. It's, like I said, does have some key significance for people that collect key comics, that it's the introduction of this new character. So we'll see if the character gains any traction in the years to come, but kind of curious to read the story. This stack of books, like I said, all $1 each. They're obviously all kind of recent back issues that I'm guessing the comic shop was just trying to get rid of inventory that was taking up space and just wasn't selling on the full price back issue shelves. Like, as you see, they're none of them bagged or boarded. They were, in long boxes just like this, so their condition isn't that great for the most part. But for $1, I'm not overly concerned about the condition unless it's like a heavily damaged, problem, like a large tear or something. But for $1, I'm not being overly critical of the condition. But so I picked up a couple copies of Powers of X. I really liked this miniseries for the X-Men universe and kind of resetting their place in the Marvel universe and resetting the kind of X-Men universe in general. I thought it was a very good story. We're still kind of dealing with the fallout from when this kind of Powers of X, House of X run kicked off everything. So I don't have this variant edition. It's the foreshadowing variant edition. I love the books, love the artwork. RB Silva one of my kind of newer favorite artists. Love his style, his artwork. I always enjoy a good floating head cover. Managed to find a copy of the X-Men Hellfire Gala issue. I know I don't have a copy of this book because it wasn't drawn by an artist that I particularly liked. For $1, happy to pick it up to read the story. Like I said, these books aren't in the greatest condition. It's hard to tell, but there's a lot of kind of dirt along the cover edges here. But for $1, more than happy to pick it up. I'm an artist. I love drawing comic book related images, drawings, pinups, whatever. So I tend to buy a lot of the blank sketch cover variant copies of new issues. I buy them with the intent to draw, an image on them and sell them. So I've been buying copies, blank copies, whenever they come out, whenever I come across them, with the intent to draw on them and sell them. If I can find them for cheaper than cover price, that is fantastic. I will buy as many cheap $1 copies that I can come across. In this case, they had 5 copies of this Avengers Fantastic Four Empire #1 issue in the dollar bins. They're a little dirty, but that can be covered up, erased, fixed for the final drawing on the books. But $5 for 5 blank covers to draw and sell. Happy to get those at super cheap price. And they also had a copy, the variant kind of black and white sketch or drawing artwork cover for this issue. It's the same book, just the black and white artwork. Whenever I can get this type of variant for a comic book, like if this is an option, I will always gravitate towards this version of the cover for a book, just because I'm a comic book art fan. I love comic book art. Jim Chung cover is beautiful in its black and white form. Getting to see all the little detail and rendering marks that he puts into his drawings. Well worth the purchase for $1. This one, Wolverine #8 or number 350 in the legacy count. I honestly couldn't remember if I bought this book when it came out. It's drawn by Adam Kubert, who is a longtime favorite artist of mine. So if I saw it when it came out, I guarantee I would have picked it up, just because, like I said, he's a favorite artist, so I would have bought this book when it came out. But honestly, I cannot remember this cover for the life of me. But for $1, happy to get a second copy if I already have it, or first copy. Looks like a pretty cool story in here. Fantastic cover art by Adam Kubert. So these next few issues of Daredevil, I am recently reading the Daredevil Gang War series that features Elektra as Daredevil. I thought when those new issues came out or are coming out, I thought it was a first appearance of Elektra as Daredevil. Doing some digging, realized that they had introduced her as Daredevil several years back in this run of Daredevil by, was it Chip Zdarsky? Is that how you pronounce his name? Yeah, Chip Zdarsky. Learning that, I really enjoyed her new character design and the redesign of Lady Daredevil, I guess, for the lack of a better name for her. Does she have a new name when she is dressed as Daredevil? Comment below, let me know. Anyways, I am trying to go back and trying to find that first appearance of her introduced as female Daredevil. I believe it's I believe it's issue 25 of this series, so 4 issues before this particular one. But on top of that, the new Ultimate Spider-Man series is drawn by the same artist, Marco Cicchetto, however you pronounce his name. But I've only seen one issue of Ultimate Spider-Man so far, and I enjoyed his kind of like his style, his artwork, and so I'm more than happy to pick up these back issues of Daredevil because they are drawn by him. And so this is something that I do when I discover a new artist that I like. I will go back and buy, their previous work, just to appreciate, what they've done to that point and to see the progression of their style. So, I got 4 issues for, these are actually technically 2 separate volumes. This one came first, and then they must have reset it again. Jeez. And so got a little 3-issue run, all for $1. So happy to pick these up to kind of chip away at these run of issues to read the story behind Elektra as Daredevil. This one I know I didn't have because while the cover's drawn by R.B. Silva, the interior isn't. So I know I would not have bought this when it originally came out. So happy to get it as a filler issue. And this one is a J. Scott Campbell cover purchase. Again, the interior artwork, kind of intriguing. I kind of like it. So kind of happy about getting a Campbell cover comic for $1 and actually enjoying the interior artwork. They had a bunch of copies of the Dark Knight's death metal issues, kind of the issues 5 and 6. I picked up 2 copies of this version of the main cover of issue 6. I love Greg Capullo's artwork, and they're actually in fantastic condition, but happy to get those. And then there was this variant cover of issue 6 so that I didn't have, so happy to pick that up. And these issues here, I read in a recent video I talked about the Donny Cates Thor run, the earlier issues of this volume 6, issues 4, 5, and 6, about that introduced the Black Winter character and enjoying that. So this is similar to the Daredevil run, where I want to kind of get the full run of issues for this volume. So I managed to find issues 13, 14, and 25 of the Donny Cates run on Thor volume 6. And so again, just chipping away using the dollar bins to do that. So happy to get those. And lastly, the Saturday morning variant of Death of the Venomverse number 4. This was purely a cover image buy. This cover's done by Sean Cheeks Galloway. He is an outstanding kind of cartoon style artist. I've loved his artwork and his style for a long time. He was a character concept artist for the Spider-Man cartoons, a couple of them I believe, from years ago. I hope Marvel lets him or has him do more variant covers in this Saturday morning cartoon style. I kind of equate him to Scotty Young. Like, I would love for a run of Sean Galloway cartoon cover variants. I think there's a market for that. So yeah, it was about, I don't know how many books, but it was less than $30 for these issues, at least. I think $35 overall for everything. again, happy to relieve the comic shop of some of their recent back issue inventory for a pretty steep discount. Love dollar bin hunting. Love finding cheap copies to give me new things to read, to fill in runs, to get multiple copies. What do you think of the comics that I found for $1 each? You know, were they worth the purchase, or would you have passed on them? But yeah, with that, I'll just end this short kind of haul video. So thanks for watching, and again, if you enjoyed this type of comic book related content, please give the video a thumbs up, hit the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, comment below and let's talk some comics. Bye.